Welcome to Tinker Club. We are back. Leigh-Anne Nugent here, along with
Micah Adler.
welcome. We will start off with our Tinker's Manifesto. So we believe these 7 items at Tinker Club. One is that Tinkers don't build in silos. 2, we celebrate what's in progress, not just what's finished. 3, everyone is a builder. 4, don't show, don't tell. We experiment fast, fail forward, and learn in public. Contribution fuels innovations, and we don't just talk about the future, we build it. So, in the spirit of sharing, Micah has a few things that he wanted to share. And then I wanted to share some things that I was learning with Descript and GoHighLevel.
Cool. That sounds good. So I'm starting?
Yeah, you start.
Okay, cool. That sounds good. Yeah. uh, I'm going to share my screen. Okay. So basically what I did this weekend or for the Easter break, the last couple of days, I redid my entire website because
Very cool.
I needed it done and it wasn't completed. And it was showing like everything that was available in 2021 and it's 2025 now. So that's not ideal. Yeah, I redid it. So I have 2 versions that I was going to show really quickly. So this is one version, and I wanted to ask you, Leigh-Anne, which one you thought actually you like better. And
Eh,
the difficult part I'm having is with the hero picture in the front. I want to figure out like what exactly that's going to be, and I'm not sure if it's this or not. So this is just why I choose anyone can fundraise, and then I go through different parts of what we do,
mhm.
and then like how we approach things, and then what our solutions are. And then for each of these pages, I have one, and then this is a call to action. So contact us or learn more. And then if you click on here, again, so this is pretty clean.
That is nice.
Everything was updated, like exactly what I do. And then like I have a room for our team. And yeah, so it's just, and then the solutions here. So fundraising services solution, and then Salesforce. And this is like what I do. I was trying to think about if I should have my certifications in here. I got to fix
Oh.
this part
Mhm.
exactly where they should be. They should be on the homepage or in About Us, but or in Solutions. It just seemed like there was too much in About Us for that. And then
Mhm.
I have a page, and I got to update some stuff here, but for the ACF branch. So then this is just like a product that I'm creating. So there's a separate page, and then you can log in here. So that's going to be another part of it. So I just wanted to make one into one fluid website where you can
That
see
looks
everything.
nice.
And then I uploaded it. So I spent the whole weekend figuring out how to upload it to Namecheap and like to have it uploaded from Firebase in the Firebase server to the actual web. So that took a while as well. And I'm just cleaning things up now. So that was
That's
kind of,
amazing.
yeah, that was what I did during the weekend. And then this is the other version, but I'm not sure. The biggest issue is the hero picture.
Yeah, it really is. I actually like your other hero picture,
So
that
this
drawing one.
so the drawing one seems
Yeah, I think this one's pretty good.
okay. So yeah, so maybe I might drop back to the other drawing hero picture.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so this is taking a bit, and then I'm also cleaning it back up. So making sure everything's secure and all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
And that's taken a while as well. just like doing this, not spending too much time on it, and then having all the different tools work. Yeah. And then the final thing I was going to
Cool.
quickly talk about was I went to a Notion meeting,
Yes.
and yeah, that was pretty neat. It
Oh,
was,
man, didn't make it. I worked until 6:30 that day, and I was like, I can't get out of this. So it's too late. It was
yeah, no,
good.
the meeting itself was okay. Notion is interesting still to me. It's got a lot of
Me too.
functionality, and they have a lot of roadmap where they're going to integrate mail and the calendar.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So then theoretically, it could be something like you had shown me previously, which was the day AI. So it's like theoretically,
Mhm.
it could just be another day AI.
Wow. But
Yeah.
then some, because like you can build up in Notion.
Yeah. And they've got a quite large free version. So
Yeah.
you can play around with it and use a lot of different types of AI functionality. So yeah.
Wow.
But I think the cool thing about that, uh,
Sorry, the AI piece
uh,
is also included in the free version?
so far, what I've
Wow.
what I've played around with is there's limited AI capabilities. So then I can ask questions. I was able to create some sort of table, and then the fields on the table. So I just said, "Hey, can
Wow.
you create this table with these fields?" And like it did. So that was
Um,
cool. And then I think the other cool thing about it was I met a lot of people who are interested in Notion. So there's a big group. And out of that group, I was talking to one individual just from the very beginning, and like
mhm.
how it would be neat. Like I'm working on this, and like with nonprofits, and like having a partner, working with people, other people and stuff like that would be great. So like we had a good conversation, and then like afterwards he like contacted me, which was cool.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. It's just like you meet cool people. I met two people which were, and like I did what you told me, which
Mm,
is I reached out to three, and then I got
yeah,
one extra.
perfect.
And then I'm like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, yeah,
But I had a goal. So I followed your
way to go.
yeah. So yeah, I think it was very.
One thing that I found interesting about Notion is that people can create and uplift or sell or give away for free some templates. So here's that like meditation habit tracker thing. There's like a 3 week self challenge. There's all these templates that you can sign up for free. And then some other ones are paid for. So there are some that are like really advanced. But I found that to be pretty interesting, right? Like how much the Notion community has already pre-created. Like it reminded me of the Salesforce community where they're just like there to help each other and let's pre-build some stuff and share like open source kind of mindset.
Yeah, no, for sure. There's a marketplace. And then if you look at some of the paid apps,
Mm,
and I didn't really look into the paid apps, but there's tons of apps. Like it says, there's
yeah.
30,000, which is crazy.
Yes.
And one of the individuals that I actually met there was a business that was trying to sell these, or that was part of their business, was to create these kind of apps and
Oh,
sell
really?
them.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
that's the kind of company that I would have wanted to meet there.
Yeah, no, I met them. They were like a couple who
Okay.
actually worked in sustainability, which was interesting.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah. They're creating apps for this ecosystem. So I think that would be worth like looking into for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, cool. I might want to follow up and with you and find out who they are.
Yeah,
We'll
for
see.
sure.
We'll see. I have a meeting tomorrow, so I'm gonna find out what exactly that team needs.
Yeah, I
And then
got
I
the
might.
LinkedIn um
Okay, good.
for that person. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, like I found this to be very fascinating, especially with the price point and what can startups take advantage of.
Yeah.
with free stuff. Like you can create your own websites here too. So found that pretty cool. So as we think about, so I'll pivot into what I discovered in a Go High Level. They think about what startups can use for their CRM systems. It sounds like Notion could be something that they could use, right? You can send emails, you can manage your relationships, you can manage your calendar at a free price point. So this is Go High Level, and I'm in as an agency. So I've got a couple of customers that I work with. So something that I was tinkering with. First of all, I'm tinkering with this concept of being an agency with Go High Level. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So totally a new space for me, new platform, cool kind of business model. And so I was working on one of my clients last night or this weekend, thinking about, okay, what does their website look like? And, what's they have the same kind of concept too, where they've got pre-built templates you can push through. So because this is for a coach, there were some there were two websites that it thought would be good for this business. And it creates this template for you. And all you have to do is swap out all of the elements to make it
Mm.
more relevant to what you're looking for. So the fact that it comes pre-built like this is like a pro and a con. Like the pro is that, okay, maybe I need to have some appointments here, or maybe I need some metrics, or maybe I need to have some pricing level. So it gives you an idea of what your products and services could look like and maybe should look like. And then you realize how much you actually don't have in your business that you have to build and create. So I found that to be pretty cool. And then the testimonials and the contact page. But again, all of these elements are pre-built for you. So that's like kind of cool. So had a lot of daydreaming and workshopping kind of sessions like with myself. So she didn't have a web page, period. So I thought, okay, let me just create just like a coming soon web page for her. And she's got a very strong Facebook and Instagram following. So thought that would be just like a place to start because she had nothing yet. And then as I'm building out the website, so here's the website that I started to build. And I just like put in some placeholders to just see how things could look and what should the graphics be. And
Mm.
I'd want to replace these with like higher quality, better graphics, but I just want to have a rough prototype together so that she can see, and this is not her totally her content, so that she can start seeing what the life could look like with her website.
So that's really cool. And you can like prototype it really quick and then
Yes.
iterate.
Exactly. And then what I like about this too is that, so, right, so you can have multiple pages. Here's the calendar page. And then, so you book an appointment. So, what I like about Go High Level is that it's got so many things incorporated in it. So, I've got something really interesting. Is it under marketing or is it under business? I'm still figuring out the platform. Maybe it's under marketing. This was new, a brand board. I was able to just put in all of the colors and the logos in here. That was awesome. They didn't have that 2 weeks ago when I started, and I
Mhm.
was like, "Oh, man, I sure wish I had, like, what Canva has where I can save all of the," and then 2 weeks later, I get this, like, thing with the new tag button on it.
Right.
Look at all of these things, right? Like, I've got an ad manager, I've got content AI, I've got, like, a social planner, media. So if I connect my Facebook and Instagram, you can connect LinkedIn, I think, if you have Sales Navigator. Like there's and then like my YouTube, I can create my own social calendar in here. So
Right.
that replaces another app. My calendar is you can have your own booking session. So to replace Calendly. And so instead of just having Calendly, now you have a booking page. and it like takes your availability into consideration, how long you want it to last, if you want your like appointment to have to accept payments or not, like exactly what Calendly has. So all of this is embedded in there, and then you can link it to your external calendar. We have to still connect that for her. All of the like email messages, like what do you get when you send it, like when you book an appointment, reschedule an appointment, all those things. Like you can have an email sent to them. And you can also set up AI. So AI here is you can have a voice AI. You can build a voice agent that points to a phone number and
Mhm.
it manages all your calls for you. So it can either make outbound calls or handle inbound calls so that you never miss a call again. And maybe they redirect you to book a meeting or they send you to the registration form or something like that. Like it's pretty cool. Like it can follow up with an SMS. The whole script is shared with you after it's been done. So I thought that this is very robust. Now, mind you, the total all-in pricing is about $500 a month for the CRM plus the AI, but you can manage your whole business here. That when I compared this to Salesforce, it's a more affordable platform to use. So I was thinking like we've got something free with Notion, then we've got middle of the road with GoHighLevel, and then like where does HubSpot play? HubSpot feels like more like marketing only,
Yeah.
and but this one, like this GoHighLevel has CRM plus marketing, plus it has an ability for a community. So I can have a course, I can set up a group and communicate with the different groups. So there's like quite a lot that you can do in this specific platform.
Yeah, no, like setting up a group, possibly setting up potential like video, like lectures or stuff like that. Like all this stuff is like relevant, especially in today's market, like what we need to do.
Exactly. And the other thing that's very interesting is that all of your conversations can be consolidated. And I'm starting to play with mine a little bit. But if you have any messages on social, all your phone calls, mm, for example, this is one of my bots. I had an inbound call. Sorry, where's the transcript? Oh, didn't capture the transcript. Oh, here. There we go. Oh no, this is different. This is, yeah, me walking through a scenario where my guest user or my bot purchased a course and
Mhm.
then completed the course. So they got a certificate.
Well, that's cool. And then
Yeah. Oh no, we have an error. But yeah, like it was a pretty interesting um, scenario.
no, it's like all these things that we need to do
Yes,
are
exactly.
available. Then the question is, how do you put it together within a package that's going to be like revenue creating?
Yeah. The cool thing about this one is if you have a really strong social presence, like the conversations will feed into here. So all of your phone calls, emails, text messages, and messenger messages, WhatsApp, like all of them can be consolidated here. I
Well,
don't
that's cool.
know of another platform that can do it like that. And then it's all tied to that, right?
Yeah.
So yeah,
In general, like Salesforce theoretically would do this, but there's components that you would need to buy and put in, and go to the app exchange and install, and it's not easy. It's just,
exactly.
it's,
So look at all of the milestones that this Tinkerbot bumped into, right? It's all We see when they purchased it, that the one form was submitted, page views. So as I start building out all of the places my potential customers interact with that I want to keep track of, it tracks it here.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think if you could have all the data in one particular place,
Mhm.
that would be super helpful. A lot of people I've seen have been using Notion just mostly for their like individual lives, like not for work.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a lot of the people I spoke with were using it for their personal lives.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like just throwing data into here and then keeping it and looking at it. Something like Evernote, long time ago. I don't know if you remember.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember Evernote.
Yeah.
Never really got into it, but yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you create all of your products in here. So this was one product I was just playing with, my Savoring the Journey course, and I have a coupon. I was able to create a coupon because if I wanted people to test it out for me, you can get like $100, 100% discount, which is, I guess, fun to just get those testing people. Here's my coupon, right? Tinker Love. You get 100% off. But what is also cool too is you can issue invoices, you can have a contract template. So I'm working on what are my contracts looking like? And so I
Mhm.
want to load these in here so that I can send them out. But yeah, like slowly but surely, we're bringing in all of these elements into my business just to see how things look. But if they're making a payment through here, I want them to have a receipt. Very interesting stuff. Like, I just can't believe how much is in here to actually generate or collect all of your revenue and manage that whole process.
You know, that's super helpful. One sort of experiment would be cool to go through this and then see what the other services are as well. And if, like,
Okay.
theoretically, you could do something similar in like Notion. I don't
That's exactly right. I do want to know. That's why I wanted to go to that Notion community so badly because I just want to see, how I can leverage that platform. I just need to know how the tool works and then I can just, yeah, go through that experiment too. But I'm starting to fall pretty deeply into here and I partnered with an agency to help expedite that process. So
know.
that's why I wanted to partner with a Notion agency to also expedite that process because I'm not necessarily going to be or claim to be a Go High Level expert or a Notion expert. I just want to know enough to be dangerous and then have a group of people who are experts who, if I find somebody who is interested in adopting Notion, connect them with that person.
There is one organization I was speaking with who actually does use Notion for their organization.
Oh, yeah.
I want to reach out to them. There was two people I really connected with, and they
Cool.
reached out to me after, so then I can let you know. But yeah, that's smart to meet people who are experts in this. Get yourself up to date, and then if you can collaborate, like cool,
Yeah.
everybody really wins.
One thing that I wanted to share too is Miro. So let me just share my screen again because I thought, okay, when we're building a business, what are the things that we need to create? And I wanted to find that place that I put all of this information into Go High Level because they actually had I couldn't find it. So, anyways, that'll be for another one. So, getting into the mindset of the customer, if we don't have, or if you're, when you're creating a business, if you don't truly understand who your customer is first and what they're trying to accomplish, then you won't necessarily build the products or services that can satisfy their problem. So, the idea is to start here and like, where are they in their life? So you go around the inside first, and then I don't know. I started here, went around clockwise, and then we went to the top, and then we went to the bottom, like a sandwich kind of thing. And what I was able to do here is I was able to select all of these items, go to this create with AI, and I could say, summarize in a business plan. And then I don't want to generate sticky notes. I want to generate a document. Let's see, will it? So look what it can do for me. Based off of all of those things, Miro can now, based off of, yeah, those 31 inputs, it created a business plan for empowerment coaching services.
That's super cool. Yeah, yeah.
Super cool. And when
They
I'm,
have
so
templates in here as well. So
it's what?
they have templates that
So I just grabbed a template, this workshop template, and then I thought, okay, so what are all the things that we need to do? So then I grabbed all these things after our workshop, and then now from this, I want to say create a project task list and breakdown structure.
which is pretty
So
amazing. Yeah.
it's really amazing. Just based off of the vision boarding that we had and that we stepped into it, like this is really good. I think this is really good. So now like the next step we have to go through is like from here. Oh, so I was playing with this, right? Like what's the customer profile? What's the business plan? What's the brand promise? What's the competitive advantage? And it drafted things really well for us. And then, okay, so where's my, yeah, perfect. So here's where I do my like, cause like the journey. We haven't worked on that yet, but we're starting to think about what the journey is. So the fact that it's telling me that I have to work on that is pretty awesome. Create user journey maps, right? Yep. That's exactly what we got to do next. And then same thing with the content strategy. So that's pretty cool. And I beat it to the punch. I started to generate the landing pages and then I'll create the content and then put it back in.
So you're
Wow.
spending more time with Miro now, right?
I'm starting to because I'm realizing the power that it has. And then when I'm having all these workshops, if I capture the notes here and if other people are adding their notes too, right? If there's a group of people, especially, and everybody's adding their sticky notes, I can just like quickly group them all and turn them into a theme. What's cool here is like you can turn it into a flow chart or a UML sequence. Like you can actually create diagrams from what was generated.
What
So
does
I
the
wonder,
mind map look like?
yeah, let's look. Okay, so I want to do, okay, let's just see what happens if I select all of these things.
Uh-huh.
And I don't want start here. I want to do a flow chart, but let's do a mind map.
Interesting.
No, no, doesn't like it. Doesn't like it. Let's just
Try the
try
flow
it.
chart.
Yeah, let's try the flow chart next. Okay. Oh, see, context based off of 93 options. Generate diagram. It doesn't take these post-it notes into context.
Oh, okay.
Very interesting. So it doesn't do it. Very interesting.
Oh.
However, I do wonder, smart enough to are you smart enough to do it based off of this? Let's just see. I don't know if it's going to work. Huh. Wow, interesting. Look at this.
That's cool.
Feelings of inadequacy, self doubt, ready for a change. No. So, what's the pain point? Feeling stuck, defeat and discouragement, external messages. Okay, inadequacy, inner dialogue, support and loneliness. But there's no like break this cycle, taking action. Okay, yeah, open to change, taking action, self reflection. That's a good start. But I found that to be pretty interesting. So, yes, I'm definitely exploring Miro more. I do have the paid version in order to get access to this AI, unfortunately. And then the last piece that I wanted to talk about was Descript. So I found this woman, Meredith Marsh.
Mm.
Totally, if you're on the Descript path, follow her. She is fantastic, like fantastic. So I spent a couple of days like walking through some of her. It's So, like, even things like this, like, how do I just get text overlay? I don't understand. And like, how did she get this to zoom in so much? And this mouse thing is different. Look at how she zoomed in like that. That's so cute. But I think that's her mouse. But she's got this like way of having the full screen. Okay, watch this part. Full screen, and then she zooms in. I think that's
Mhm.
so cool. Love that animation. So I'm looking at how she's building all of these things and realizing that we can insert scenes, and then in each scene you can have components. So I'm playing with this in some of the stuff that Lisa and I are creating. And so now I was able to get a header, and then we can go into our talk track. And then at the end, oh, what happened to our faces? Ruh-roh. Okay.
Well,
Oh, something happened here. Oh, got it.
did you cut it off there?
It was there were 2 there were 2 recordings that we did.
Uh,
And so, like, I basically stopped it and then did another one, so it was like a retake. Yeah, if you look at the project, we've got 2 recordings. So it was 2 recordings back to back, that's why. So I don't know whether the second one was better than the first one, so I'm still in editing mode. So I'm gonna keep that because maybe the second one was better than the first. But yeah, I found that it was pretty cool. So let me show you this other one that I played with from an animation perspective.
mhm.
Hold on. Something stuck. I was pretty impressed with the animation kind of thing that it could do.
So it created an animation for you?
Yeah, like just set it up so that let me just show you.
For sure.
I can't click on anything.
Oh, no.
Yeah. What the heck? Like I can click on everything except the home. So this is how we're gonna do it. We're gonna just go that way. I think it was this one. I'm gonna show you. Okay, it's the text is misaligned, but I do want to show you this because I thought it was pretty cool. Because I have multiple scenes here.
Hmm.
So
That's pretty. I like that.
pretty cool, right?
It bounces back and forth.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Like it keeps your attention because there's like a different kind of thing. So anyway, that's it. That's all the animation that I have. The thing that sucks about this one is that there's something misaligned with the mouth and the words. So the audio and the video are just like a little bit misaligned. So I don't know what I did, or was that the AI, or what? Or gosh, it could even be like, did I insert these scenes and that caused the
Uh-huh.
misalignment? I have no idea. So, anyways, a lot of fun playing with these things. So the way that it looks now is you've got for every scene you add, you've got the tile here on the left hand side. So as like they get more complex, like you'll see more scenes because you're cutting and zooming and doing all those things. So we'll see how advanced I get with this video editing skill. Again, I don't want to be an expert, but I do want my videos to be engaging.
For sure. Do you have, I was wondering really quick, do you have Google Workspace?
I do have a Google Workspace, yes.
Which level do you have? It, it's above the lowest tier. I think what I have is the very lowest tier. And then I was wondering, within the second tier, which I think is standard,
I
um,
think it's the second tier or
I see
the
you have the
third.
second tier
How do you tell? How can you tell?
because on this link for our call, there's like
Uh-huh.
a notes feature, which I don't have.
Oh, the Gemini one.
Yeah.
Yes, I have that. And the Gemini, I tried the Gemini notes.
They're
I
not
didn't love it. I don't love it more than I love my day AI.
okay.
My day AI was actually, in fact, I did want to show you. Actually, hold on. I did want to show you that.
Uh-huh. Please.
Here, I think it's this one. If it's not this one, no, hold on. There was one that I compared all three. And in
Mhm.
fact, let's do chat. No, that's the actual chat. No, this is February 3. And I wanted to, dang it. One of them specifically, when did we meet last? Was it 4/7?
It was last week, but we didn't take a video last week.
So what sucks is that if you record with Gemini Notes, you lose the transcript.
Oh.
So I was disappointed at that. And then, so then it came back with, let me just see. Ah, good. Maybe it's this one. So this is the Gemini Notes. So I got this instead of a transcript,
Uh,
right? Oh, this, you know what? This was when you were doing something with your computer and then I was alone for a few minutes.
uh-huh.
So this is the result of the alone for a few minutes thing. So I wanted to talk about all of these things and AI tool comparison. So I lost the transcript because I turned on Notes by Gemini. So when I'm recording, I have the ability to include a transcript. But if I've enabled Gemini, it over supersedes the transcript option.
Uh,
So it grouped it. This is it. This is the short summary. But here's the day AI notes. So it had like the notes in the beginning,
mhm.
and then the sections of it was far more detailed. Like service sales, like
Interesting.
it was right. It just seemed a lot longer than this one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for the 10 or 12-minute recording,
More useful.
it's the yeah, like this day I know it seemed more useful. And then the Gemini notes just weren't that great. Although I have been hearing from a lot of people that the Gemini research is fantastic.
Can you try one thing for me? If you
Yeah.
go to the different type of applications you can see in your Google.
Yeah.
So I think it's to the right. No, to the right. The
This thing,
no, the four.
four dots,
Yeah, that one. Can
or
you
the
scroll down? There's
yeah.
supposed to be a video one. It's called Google Video or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. Vids. Click on that. So this is another one that I think
Oh my God.
you get for free with your subscription standard.
No. Seriously?
So I haven't played with this. It's a preview, but they're adding a lot of Gemini stuff into it. I don't know exactly what it does, but I just wanted to point it out because I'm thinking of,
Oh my gosh. Are you serious?
but I don't know. Like it's not as robust as Descript for sure, but it has functionality. So I think it would be worth it just to see what the functionality is. And it's a cross between PowerPoint and video.
It's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't been able to test it out because I don't have the right level of product, but I'm going to,
Thank you for telling me about that.
of course.
Oh, great. So here we go again. Here's another tool that we have to put on our to experiment board. Gosh, what doesn't stop?
It doesn't stop. Th- That's one of the conundrums. That's one of the most difficult things is if I try to stay up with everything that's happening and it's happening
Yeah,
so quickly
exactly.
that I may not end up doing anything, which is crazy. So you gotta pick. So you picked and you stuck with Descript and you're getting really proficient at it, which is a good thing, I think. But at the same time, like, I haven't decided on exactly what I need to do or use in terms of tools. So I'm not the where you are at. So
That's so interesting. See, I had to pick a lane and bowl because I am on my way to TSIA and I wanted to have content and I didn't want to be in a place where like I wasn't prepared.
yeah, 100%.
So, yeah, like we definitely had to pick a lane and bowl. I don't know. And yeah, so now, shoot, now when you think about the buying process or like what tool do you use? And because one of the things that I advocate for is what do you already have access to? It did not even occur to me to check my Google Workspace.
Yeah, yeah.
And then if you're a Microsoft shop, I'm sure that there's a ton of stuff in the Microsoft platform.
Yeah, there's a similar one in the Microsoft platform that is very bare bones that I was thinking of using at one time, and then
Yeah.
it didn't have the tools that I needed to complete what
And
I wanted to do.
not even to get started, not even enough to get like a minimum viable test.
Yeah, what I found right now, and then I moved from Microsoft to Google, so it's a moot
Oh,
point.
I see. Yeah, yeah. But there's a lot of companies out there that are on Microsoft. There's also that. I think particularly the not-for-profit space, are they not all on
Everybody's on
Microsoft?
Microsoft Word, Microsoft.
Exactly. So it'd be interesting to just at least know the basics there.
I think you
What's
need
on
to
that
know.
pipeline?
You need to know the Microsoft piece. You need to know the Google piece, the big players, and how they're all interacting with AI pieces, because that's all important. So I think like a technology, at least for my anyone can fundraise, would be technology consulting. You would need to be able to know pieces, each of these different pieces and what they do best fit.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Lots of stuff. And I think that's part of the reason why like, why not only am I learning about the technology, but it's the process of researching, how do we test it? And then how do we know which one will stick? And then just, yeah, like when do we pick that lane and bowl? And then when is the time to pivot and look for something else? So it's more about the process, where the process is just as important as the technology you choose.
Yeah, I agree with that. And then the final piece is, do you build it because everything isn't exactly what you want, or do you use something that's already there?
Correct. Yes, exactly. So, and the whole Accessify thing and your own, anyone can fundraise connector platform thing that you build, because that's pretty cool and lightweight. Yeah. Okay. Lots, lots of juicy stuff. Great conversation, Micah. Thanks.
For sure, Leanne. It's been
All
fun.
right. I will.